I'm here. How are you guys?
Good, and EOS just gave us a follow. Thank you. What is going on? We get all sorts of. Juan Wick PR is now following too. This is too much. I'm gonna chug a beer, Daniel. This is for all you guys who just did that. I turned the reward off because we don't want me chugging 7 beers in a stream like what happened last time. But this one's for you guys. I really appreciate you guys supporting us. We're just starting out this live stream, but we're gonna be here, just chatting. I think we bring something different. You know, we're a group of people who like to talk about the game, do content creation of the game, but also we do the runs on the stream. So if you want a podcast, TCC does a great podcast. I'll put them here in the chat if you want us to check out their Discord. And that's not working either, so that's great. But they do a great podcast. Lots of YouTube content creators in this community. Black Cloud, Blart, Zoey, of course. But thank you guys so much for supporting us this early on in our career. It means a lot. Summons Biscuits. Did he just subscribe too? Am I crazy?
I don't know if you're crazy. I just logged on.
Let me tell you, you missed a heck of an evening so far, but I think we're ready to officially get the show on the road.
Oh yeah, we are. Zoey missed everything. Zoey, we just had a sub explosion.
Oh really? That's wonderful.
Absolutely, everybody just throwing subs at us, throwing follows. We got a couple first-time listeners, first-time joiners on the stream. So we're off to a good start. We have to make the people happy tonight. We really got to hit our hit our stride for these people.
We've been given so much. It's time for us to give back to the community. I think.
Shade had made it to a stream for the first time. Well, all this excitement. It's already 8:46 and we haven't even really started. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. We're all live here, not by myself, as Mark would say. Blart, DFFOO, and Type Zoey are joining me, as always. Mondays, 8:30. Blart, how you doing, man? What's going on? How was your weekend?
My goodness. Well, my weekend, ups and downs, I gotta say. As you might be able to, as I already mentioned, but you might be able to tell, I had septum surgery to fix an issue with my nose. So, in theory, in the future, my nose is going to be super great. I'll be breathing out of it real good. But right now, I can't use it for anything. And so I'm sounding a little bit like a goober and feeling pretty rough about that. I actually, but on the more exciting news, actually wanted to share here before anywhere else. I'm officially going to be a father, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, everybody, let's get what should we put in the chat? Put something in the chat for Blart. Blart is going to be a father. First time, Blart, right?
First time. I guess I'll have to change my username to Bl'Artagnan or something stupid like that.
Oh, I'm so proud and happy. Congrats, Bl'Artagnan. What's the baby going to be named? Edward?
If I want Ink to be his godfather, there's no way I can do that to him, you know?
Oh, I've already got babies. I'm going to be the godfather. We already know that.
It's probably true.
Well, congratulations, man. That's awesome. We got the breaking news on the live stream. Where's the camera at? Let me look at the camera. Blart DFFOO, the only universally loved content creator in the community, having his first child. Congratulations to the Blart family. Zoey, now you have to follow that up. Zoey, how was your...
Well,
I should have like passed it to Zoey first.
Yeah, I should let Zoey go.
Yeah,
Zoey,
because my week is terrible, so it's not really comparing to a new baby. I had a super stressful week last week, but today was good at least. I missed last week's show because a friend of mine was going through some medical stuff, and I was just kind of busy with work. I work at a therapy clinic, and we live by a university, so there was a lot of new clients, and I was on the phone with insurance companies a lot of the times. That's kind of how my week went, but I did go to a block party yesterday, so that was kind of fun.
Ooh, touching grass.
Yeah.
What is a block party? Like outside? I'm from the South. We don't have block parties. We have barbecues and cookouts. We have
Oh,
field parties.
it's just like people set up tables and stuff, and there was a grill. There were like some vegetable kebabs that were really good. I had a chocolate beer for the first time, which was
Ooh.
about as weird as it sounds, but not terrible. It could have been worse.
What was the ABV on that bad boy? Chocolate beer sounds like maybe like a 7,
I
8,
think it
maybe
was
a
like
8.
I think it was like 7.5, something in that
Ooh.
range.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those will get you going. That's what you need. You need a good chocolate 7.5 ABV. My weekend was great. I feel like I'm a broken record. I mowed the yard twice, and I didn't grill though. So a little different weekend for me. I didn't grill. Liverpool started playing. Shout out Liverpool. It was actually our second game, but I mowed and I drank beer and I had tacos. My fiance had a girls' night on Saturday, and there was women running rampant throughout my house, so I went upstairs and did these Equinox fights, but we'll talk about those later. But yeah, it sounds like we all had a good weekend. None of us had a good weekend as good as Blart. Sorry, Blart.
Yeah, I think Blart takes the cake for this one. We'll have to one up him next time.
Cosmic
I
Poo
mean, at
up
the
the
same
Reds,
time, I can't use
baby.
my nose, but
Cosmic Poo, I believe the first subscriber ever to this channel. Shout out Cosmic Poo, a fellow Reds fan. But anyway, what's happened since the last time we were here? Reno LC dropped. We were live, and I pulled for Rosa. We got Rosa, and then the event dropped. Zoey, you want to start? How was the Reno LC for you?
Um, it was fine, I guess. I didn't do anything super interesting for it because it was like right at the beginning of my Hell Week. So I used Eldnarsh, Aroha, and Queen, which they all work super well together. And I didn't use a burst or a friend unit, but Eldnarsh predictably got banned for the TCC, so I didn't qualify for that one.
Ooh.
But it was a really easy fight for me just because I used the lockdown team and the bosses never did anything the whole time. So pretty boring on my end. How about you, Blair?
yeah, so I was, as I think many of us were around for the Reno event, where I think our options were a lot. We had a lot less options to deal with these things. This time around, it was a lot better. Eldorch is a lot more powerful now than he was back then. RCL has been updated. Edward is as good. Is better than he was then. You could argue. So I did one run similar to you where I used Eldarsh alongside Iroha Golbez, and that was easy cake kind of. And then because I knew I had the surgery coming up, I kind of did a blind extreme TCC challenge, kind of hoping that they wouldn't ban the characters I used, and used Strago, Edward, and shit. Who was the Ash? Because it turns out if you play your cards right, you keep them forever acting, and it basically just makes the fight kind of super easy. Because the trees are like the mechanics are not as annoying as I remember them being, because I think we had a lot more ways to deal with them.
Right.
Yeah, there's a couple really good options for blocking the recasts and the mist forms while you come out of them. Like, I think if people are struggling, Shantoto can go back and really put in some good work on this fight. Then there's Edward, like you said, Eldmarsh and RC. There were a couple Kefka runs too. You had to kind of carry his damage before his update, but that worked as well.
Yeah, for me, the big thing was realizing that you can, like you said, you can time. These are the trees you fought them before, but they do a recast that's real deadly, and it's a double HP, right? So if you have last stand, it'll still knock you out if it gets you low enough. Stop me if I'm wrong, but one of their mechanics can be kind of walked around. They cleanse at those whenever they do those various mist thresholds, and if their recast is up when they act, you have to let them act to get rid of that. But when the recast is up at the same time as that mist threshold, they won't cleanse. And even if you just do that once, it can be a game changer. That's what happened for me. Who did I bring? I did a TCC challenge with 9 Warrior of Light and a third. It was my third, y'all. I don't know. Does anybody know what the TCC challenge was specifically?
Yeah, I remember it was Eldmarsh, Arciela, Core, and Tifa got banned, along with the Synergy, who would have been Reno and Rosa.
Okay. Yeah, mine was
And
Galuf,
Tidus.
Porum, and
Oh, and Titus, right.
yeah, all Synergy. Galuf, Porum, and 9. So I brought all my debuffs on calls. Leo ain't gonna get banned. Rest in peace, Leo, man. He'll come back eventually,
Yeah.
won't he?
One day he'll be back.
Leo
He,
did get some runs on, like, Divine Remove, so he sort of showed up recently, I guess, like, 3 months ago.
This
Yeah,
is
so overall, I
LDL.
think we could say that I think this, this was a much tamer lost chapter than the original event was. And not to say a breath of fresh air, but it was I don't think this was the hardest fight we've seen, and we can kind of move past it because the main gimmick of it was okay, lock them down or tank the recast somehow.
Right. And I see some people in chat saying they've never done a TCC challenge. If you've never done one, join the TCC Discord. Normally when I do this, it comes up, but it's not coming up right now. We'll get a link later. But also go to DecidiaInfo.com. Macnol runs that. It's got the call to arms, which is where everybody can upload their runs. You can see other people's runs. And he also does the TCC challenge. So if you've never done one, now is the best time, better than any, to try your hand. So go to DecidiaInfo.com and try the TCC challenge out. Moving on. What else happened since we've been gone? I think there was a certain creepy pilot who was supposed to show up. Did he show up?
So yeah, we've been waiting for the supposed Setzer banner, which is one of those kind of, how do you put it, special seasonal event banners, similar to Galuf, similar to Aerith. I think we've seen others like Ignis, where it's not tied to a specific event. They just kind of drop it at a certain point. Because it's not tied to an event, it doesn't always show up at the exact same date that it did in JP. It shows up approximately at the same time. I know with Galuf, it showed up a little bit later than he did on the JP timeline, and everyone was freaking out wondering where Galuf was. And so with Setzer, for one, well, now it's weird because originally last week there was this big hullabaloo because Squex Joshua confirmed that Tidus BT is going to be on the Setzer banner. So everyone's like, oh no, Tidus BT, and they're freaking out. It's funny because now the Setzer banner hasn't showed up at all, and I think the main reason people are freaking out is because Setzer's supposed to be this Lufenia plus savior character. And I think if the Leon banner was late, I don't think people would really care. With all due respect to Final Fantasy II fans, but I think a lot of people are looking forward to Setzer because they were like, I'm going to pity Setzer Tidus BT on it. He's going to be the guy who's going to carry me through Lufenia Plus. I don't know what he does. He just does rainbows. Rainbows are cool, and so I feel like there's a lot of what do you call it? A lot of anxiety about the fact that he's not here now. Even though technically the reason that people are going to be pulling for him is for content that is dropping for another couple of months anyway. So if he shows up next month, we'll still live. It's not like Lufenia Plus is coming any sooner than it was going to, but that's my take on it. It's just what's the point of playing a mobile game and being involved in the community if you can't get hysterical whenever anything changes, right?
Yeah, I went mute. Could you guys still hear me when I was mute?
I was in the middle of my monologue.
Speaking of the monologue, though, thank you. I think Sine Wave is somewhere after you disrespected Final Fantasy II. Sine Wave is somewhere just absolutely burning up.
A vein just popped on his head for no reason to himself. He's not going to know until he catches the VOD.
He is untethered, and his rage knows no bounds. But yeah, Zoey, what do you think about Setzer? Are you going to pull for Setzer? Are you missing Setzer?
I'm skipping Setzer, so this doesn't affect me a whole ton, but I guess I can kind of understand why people are upset. It's just like, I think that Foresight should sort of be viewed more as like a gift rather than something to be expected. I mean, generally when you're playing a video game, you don't like look for spoilers all the time. This more focuses on single player games, but like, I think people just need to live in the moment a little bit more. I say that so much, but it's always so true whenever people are freaking out about this or that. And if you wanted Tidus BT, there's like other good options for getting Tidus BT. Leon Jack is a really good banner if you don't have either of them. and you can get Tidus BT on that. You can token it if Tidus is so important, because, like, Setzer is coming. It would be ridiculously stupid for them to, like, skip Setzer in some Doomday scenario because he's such a hyped character and he's going to get a lot of people pulling. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and just, like, just wait a little bit. It's going to be okay. And we got Core, who is going to help with the boss rush, so I think that alleviates a little bit of the problems people might have had. So, yeah, that's about all my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, we got Core. JP didn't have Core, so that's already a bonus. And this is a business. Square Enix and Team Ninja are running a business, right? They want people to pull. They want people to pull as much as possible. They also want you to spend money in order to pull. They're not going to just completely skip Setzer. He's not going to, never appear. If you really, really want Setzer, relax. If you really, really want Tidus, you're gonna have to pull on. Leon and Jack, right? So it changed, but it's not. He's not gone. He's gonna come. Just calm down. And I said it last week, but JP is JP. All right, JP is a different game. Things have changed before. When we get a global first, like we just got Core, we got Vivi, we got Voltier, Vincent, a king amongst men. We get different things because it's a different game. So let this be a lesson to you. If you're going to be completely planning out your pulls for 8 months ahead of time and one wrench being thrown in the plans, incenses you to this level, it's going to happen again. So just relax. Everything's Gucci. He's coming. You'll get those rainbow numbers if you don't have Core. But not yet. Maybe not till after the boss rush, but he's coming. Who needs Setzer when I have Sarah? Who needs Setzer when I have Core?
Yeah, rainbows, same character, totally.
Yeah. If it does rainbows, it's if you do rainbow, you're Setzer. And I don't think I'm gonna pull for him when he comes anyway. Don't tell anyone. Blart, are you gonna pull for Setzer?
Skippers grow.
Man, well, originally I was going to just because it was lining up with okay, I'll jab on Setzer because that's the batter I'm hoping to get the BT on, but the rainbows are kind of cool for me. The main thing that I kind of wanted to pull him for is because I just think his freeze mechanic is really nifty. But the problem is that some girl has been on a campaign, a completely justified campaign, to point out what a creep Setzer is in Final Fantasy VI, and that's been it's been really weighing on me. Like,
yeah,
dude,
I didn't want to give too much. Go ahead, Blart.
You shouldn't let your morals and ethics dictate how you pull in a gachapon game, because that's how they get you. But I did kind of make a whole stub speech about how you should skip porn because child labor is wrong, and about how you should skip. But basically, I kind of have an image thing to uphold here by skipping him. I feel like unless unless the Setzer apologist could come out and explain why kidnapping someone to force them to marry you is an ethically okay thing to do,
Yeah,
Daniel brings up a very good point here. He's also sharing a banner with Waka, so this is just
God.
If you're a fan of morals, might not be the best the best choice for you.
Yeah, if you have any moral fiber in your being, you'll be skipping that banner. No, I'm just kidding. But I wasn't gonna give some girl all that credit, but yes, I was on the verge. Do I need Setzer? Do I not? Some girl started this just violent campaign against Setzer for good reason, and now I am probably skipping. So shout out some girl.
I just want to call out RVK in the chat, pointing out that he doesn't promote gambling, and that's why he's skipping Setzer. I do want to just point out to everyone that RVK does create content for a gachapon mobile game.
Yes, RVK, you are supporting gambling. Why are you the way that you are?
We're all complicit.
Yes. Follow RVK though. Some of the best should you pulls. I think ever. Definitely the most innovative. Am I wrong?
They get the point across without telling you, which is remarkable. It's remarkably effective and succinct communication is what's going on in RBK's videos if you haven't seen them.
Well, we've been talking about Setzer. He didn't come, but there were some characters who did come. We got a triple BT time traveling banner. Oh look, we got a follow. Jojo the Cold, welcome to the live stream. Appreciate that follow. But in Setzer's absence, we received a time traveling triple BT. Zoey. Who was on
Yeah.
it? And how
We
did you
did
like
get
it?
3 BTs. We got Terra with a rerun and her High Armor Plus. We got Noctis with some LD boards, and we got Shantota with her rework and LD boards. So not the most hyped of the triple BT banners. I think that the Paladin Cecil trio and the upcoming Vaughn trio probably had a little bit more steam behind them, but I think these characters are all in a fine place in like the meta. Terra's still doing Terra things, even though she didn't get any changes. I'm a big fan of Shantoto. I think she's a little bit overlooked. She's kind of tricky to use, but still a cool character. And Noctis's damage has kind of fallen off, but his turn manipulation is still great, and you're going to see 0-turn runs with him. So I think this is still a good banner to invest in personally. Blart, what about you?
Before I talk about the banner, I do want to echo what some girl is saying. Raw, you do know that using Terra's skill 2 deals more damage than her skill 1 on a single target, right? Like you're having your damage output, my bad.
Wait, I'm doing a co-op. I don't care about these people's books. My book is, I'm going to use my 5 bells and get out of here. What button am I pressing wrong? Oh, Mino's in the chat. Everyone, you may, oh, he roasted us. I was going to be really nice, but he roasted us. I'll still do it. Mino's in the chat. TCC, co-host. If you saw the Bard's absolutely violent attack on Mino, I want to clear my name. I gave him the dirt, but I did not hire the Bard for that. Oh my god, Daniel has timed out Mino. Daniel.
It's only 2 seconds this time. It's okay.
He's a celebrity. We want the celebrity to get...
My
Wait,
god.
what am I doing wrong? Meteor, right?
Yep.
There we go.
Well
welcome,
done.
Mino. We're sorry that you got, look, Bard's in here trying to call me out. Bard, this is the analogy I made. Bard basically asked me for ingredients on how to cook a cake. I gave him the ingredients, and then he made the cake, and he wrote on the top of it, "You owe me $20 for this cake that I made." Am I wrong, Bard? Oh shit, I'm gonna let this guy move on accident. These guys are probably so pissed at me.
It's a good thing that the stream is no longer named after you, because otherwise we would have just lost 2 listeners from that.
What did I say?
So where were we? We got a huge tangent based on Bard's music video and Raw Life's impeccable co-op skills.
Yeah,
sorry about that, guys.
I
was trying to talk and not play.
The triple BT dudes, and did we talk about the rework yet or no?
I don't believe so. Did you want to walk us through that real quick?
Yeah, it's like not super intensive. Noctis will do first because he got less. He didn't get a rework. He just got his boards. He got some improvements to his Bonds of Amity buff, some HP and Brave damage up. He also got Brave gains after all of his HP attacks, which will just kind of keep his follow-up consistent along with some of his skills. So it's a nice little update. It's nothing super special, to be honest. So we'll probably be looking more at Noctis when his 90 comes and his BT+. So that's about it for Noctis, really. Do either of you guys have Noctis? I don't have him, and I've never used him.
No, I had him during his EX era, so I have a purple Noctis, and he was great. He was doing all sorts of crazy. He was launching, he was turn jumping, all sorts of cool stuff, but I missed his LD and burst, so I really can't speak on Noctis. Blart, have you ever jumped on the Noctis train?
Sort of. I luck sacked his LD when it first dropped, but I was still I didn't know how LD banners work because I just come back to the game and I ended up not getting ZX at the time. So it took me like 2 or 3 months to eventually token his EX for the Dimension Z token shop. And by that point, like he was no longer stopping things from power creep. So like I was using him, but I wasn't getting the full like stop experience because he was a brand new character. And so he's very complicated to use compared to a lot of the other characters. He's very powerful, but at the time I was kind of small-brained. It was like, this is weird and dumb, and I hate it. I have a much greater appreciation for how he works now, having kind of learned a bit more about him. Dystopia Bard pointing out he's probably the go-to unit for zero-turn boss runs because
absolutely.
You start with his LD, and he gives your team a shit ton of boss turns or free turns. Jesus. Yeah, his turn manipulation is kind of second to none in terms of the free turn jumping. He has the launches, which is always a nice thing to have added into a kit. And the fact that he can give Onion Knight's LD is it's a kind of similar level of like really good turn manipulation, but this is like almost on another level. He's also kind of the forefather of the Yogg Cloud of Darkness core follow-up shenanigans with his burst effect, but that's a whole other kind of thing. So he's got a lot of cool stuff going for him. And these LD boards, they up his HP damage, they give him refund on after his attacks, so he just kind of his follow-ups hit harder. Like his kit's still fundamentally as powerful as it was. They just tweaked his numbers a bit to make them higher, which is all he really needed to still be good. So if you like using Noctis, or if you're curious and want to try him out, this is a good time to do it.
Yeah, like, if you're interested in trying to do zero-turn runs, Noctis is second to none, and the only combo that really compares is Lightning plus Terra, and that's a combo, like I said, so Noctis can kind of facilitate those by himself and do some really crazy stuff, so he's just kind of a cool character to play around with.
Yeah, if you want to flex, if you're one of the, like the Dystopia crew, if you're one of the Dystopia crew, you love to flex, Noctis is your guy. That's how you flex zero-turn runs. And I want to ask a question Mino has in chat. How come we've never seen Clay, Bard, or Raw in the same room? Bard, I think that Mino is saying that we all look the same, which I'm not going to speak on, but he's in chat and I'm on stream, so we can't be the same person. I don't know where Clay is, though.
That's not true. You could be running two computers at once.
Oh, a Dissidia Duck. A Dissidia Duck situation. But
I will say I've never actually seen Raw Life play the guitar, so I don't think he's the Bard based on that.
No, I can't play the Bard. I can't play the guitar, so it's definitely not me. We do look kind of similar.
Yeah, a bunch of white dudes with beards. They're a common breed in DFFOO, apparently.
Yeah. Go to any local minor league baseball game. You see about probably 150 more people just like us. So that was the Triple BT banner. Did you guys pull? I don't know if Zoey wants to admit what she did with her tokens at one point, but
oh, this is
public
knowledge. I'm flaunting this to the world.
Okay. All right, Zoey, if you want to go ahead.
I mean,
did you pull on this banner, and what? How did you get the BTs that you already have? How did you acquire those?
I did not pull on this banner because I both pitied Terra's Burst and tokened Shantoto's Burst. So this is the opposite of a banner I want to pull on. So I already had the characters I wanted from this, and I'm probably going to target Noctis at a later date. So I avoided this and was kind of praying I didn't get a BT on the free pull, because as stupid as that was, it would feel kind of bad, even though it's just free tokens. But I really like both Terra for like personal reasons. She's one of my favorite characters in the series, and Shantoto, just her kit is super fun. So I figured it was a good choice. And we kind of didn't talk about Shantoto, so let me just run through that real quickly.
What did Shantoto get?
Shantoto got boards and a rework, so she has a double dump on her arrow, which was already there. However, if the Accursed Gaze debuff, which she applies with skill 2 and her EX, is on the enemies, then she gets to do the arrow skill like twice in a row. It's kind of like a consecutive action, except it's in the same turn. So basically it'll be doing 4 attacks at once every turn. And she does a ton of damage with it. Like, if you pump her up with some HP damage up from Kursame or whoever else, you can probably get like 510k just with her attacker armor and like no blues or anything. And I ran her in a party with 2 other blues, and I was able to pump it to about 650k in one turn. So pretty solid stuff. Her LD boards gave her a self HP damage up and a brave damage boost versus targets she is debuffed. And I think that's the most important thing. She got some more hits and overflow on the LD. And the last part of it was... Oh, and she gets to refill her uses of arrow, because the thing with Shantoto is she's strong and her arrow hits like a total truck, but she kind of burns out quickly, and her LD refilling arrow uses is a bit of a stopgap for that, but you're still going to want to pair her with another DPS usually. So that's about it for Shantoto, I think. Blart, any Toto thoughts?
I forget. Did we mention that skill 2 got splash now?
Oh, didn't mention it. It does have 80% splash, so much better, and skill 2 applies Accursed Gaze to all targets, so if you need to reapply an AoE fight, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So I found for all three of these characters, like, thoughts were kind of like, they're cool, they're good, they're not really top of my priority list, but it'd be cool to have them. Like Shatoto, I think the rework makes her makes her super competitive. Any character that has, I think now her skill 1 is what, like a 20-hit quadruple dub, if you total everything up.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's kind of nuts in terms of that. And the fact she brings her own in peril that's also high quality in terms of being kind of a self-sufficient damage dealer, which is always nice to have. The utility of a unique paralyze is really sweet because I can't say like authoritatively, but I'm pretty sure no boss has ever been immune to that paralysis effect, has it?
Does it have its own name?
I think so.
Oh, Mina, the reason I got a nose job, I'm not handsome enough, and so I was getting some cosmetic surgery done.
Mina, you are a special kind of rude. Blart has had a surgery, and he is recovering. It went very well, though. Right, Blart?
He is recovering very well.
That's right.
Hello, Airlay. 2/3 of the TCC crew now here. That's exciting.
If Poto's still here, I'm going to have him be my robot because my Twitch chat's not working. So hopefully Poto's still here. Poto, do your thing. Again, most of you guys, probably 100%, are already in the TCC. But if not, we're going to put a Discord in the chat. Click that link. Join that Discord. Lots of smart people there to help you out if you're new, and lots of experts to help you if you're not new and just want to bounce some ideas off people. Fantastic Discord.
Yeah, I do want to bring up one thing Mino did bring up that we didn't, which is her rage attack got buffed, and if you're trying to save her LD uses because you actually need the paralysis or you want to milk the defense down, it instantly refills her rage stacks to 10 when she uses it, and it got buffed, so that's a good point and something good to bring up. Yeah, thanks Mino.
C-Sam with the follow. Shout out C-Sam. Appreciate you, man. I think that's all we got for the triple banner, right? I skipped completely. I have Terra. She does Terra things. I don't have Noctis or Shantoto. I don't play MMORPGs, so I don't really care about Shantoto. I skipped it. But Terra's still great.
I will say that even though I wasn't super like jazzed about these characters, I figured I had enough gems to burn. I did go to BT Pity on it and picked up. Basically, I came out like a bandit in it. So it was one of those kind of classic, well, I'm rich, I can do what I want sort of moments.
Wait, Blart, I don't think I knew that. You went to Pity?
Yeah, I told you that. Yeah, I went to BT Pity, pitied Shantoto's BT, picking up 2 copies each of Noctis and Terra's BTs along the way.
Oh,
I think that's fine. That's like
totally worth
20
it.
Tokens.
Yeah,
it was a very intentional sort of. It was the BC special,
Yeah, this
exactly.
Is the BC special. Follow BC on YouTube. Black Cloud, Black Nero. Blart, the most important thing about that I've just learned, I may be catching you on gyms now, though. We have a unspoken battle. I'm at 438.
Ooh.
I'm
gonna need to check. I think I might be
catching you now. Let's go.
You might be 5,000 ahead of me. I need to pull up my account. But I think you might be 5,000 ahead of me now.
Oh, I'm beating you both by a lot now.
Okay, you. Zoey
is that Toto BT pity the Toto BT tokening for Zoey paying off. She's now winning the race.
yeah. When she used her. That's also shout out Zoey for using your tokens on Shantoto, sticking to your guns, and now a little bit early you get to reap those rewards.
She's just really fun. I don't think she's amazing. I think she's fine and like completely competitive and has some really cool utility, but I just love her. I love watching Arrow do a million attacks at once, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with some rush teams with her paralysis. Like, I think Terra and Shantoto pair really well actually, because Terra can just like take all the turns with the 100% defense down, and yeah, just super cool.
Arrow's out of here.
And
Arrow, thank you for stopping by. Another shout out for the TCC.
I will say one wick, because you did ask about it earlier, and I did promise you that we'd kind of give you, some thoughts and advice. I would say I think these three are competitive. I do think more exciting things are coming if none of these three are favorites, or you're like really hurting for a damage dealer. They do unique and interesting things. So if you're on the market for some kind of nifty, fun, kind of new ways to shake up your game, they can bring that. But if you're just looking for like a new good unit, you might be better off waiting for something like the Von Batter, like UWBT, things like that.
Yeah, it's very dependent on what your roster looks like, who you have in that kind of role at this point. But Blart spoke on that well. But yeah, that was the triple BT better.
To confirm, I'm currently I'm at 44 or 440,000 gems right now, so I'm about 4,000 gems ahead of you.
Yep. I am at 496, but I am gemming Leon and Jack tomorrow, so we'll see if I go below you guys.
Before we move on to the next little topic we want to get to, JoJo the Cold, who mentioned they're a first-time stream watcher, thanks JoJo for stopping by, asked a question: favorite character? Obviously, Zidane, the king. I'm the big-time Zidane guy. Everyone knows that. And I have a new favorite, as Indolent mentioned, 7. I just finished Type 0, and 7 is my new second favorite. Love using her in that game. I'm just getting used to using her in this game. But what about you guys? Do you guys have a favorite real quick before we move on? Blart?
You can go first, Blart.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Golbez has kind of become an iconic character for me, but truthfully, X-Death has long been my kind of go-to favorite character because he's just so over-the-top and hammy and ridiculous. Final Fantasy V is my favorite. But on that note, I think of all time, Gilgamesh is probably my favorite Final Fantasy character.
Greg, real quick, got a shout out. Cosmic Poo gifted another sub to JoJo the Cold. Thank you, Cosmic Legend. Zoey, sorry. Who's your favorite?
I haven't played many games, but I have a lot of favorite characters. I guess I'll say Terra for actual character reasons. FF6 was kind of like the first Final Fantasy game I played that I like actually comprehended the story, and I just really loved her arc, and I thought she had an interesting, especially the start of the game. I was like, who is this girl? What is she doing? Because I was younger when I played it and hadn't really ever played a game with a serious story before. I played FF5 when I think that was my first game, but I played the mobile port and I wasn't really paying attention to the story. I later replayed it and quite enjoyed it on like the GBA version, I think. But yeah, Terra or Deuce and Nine are my favorite of the cadets, and Type 0 is my favorite game, so they're also very high up.
Flute girl. Play the flute.
Flute girl.
Those are our favorites. I think we're going to move on to Equinox. We got 3 Lufenias called Equinox Aurora. It's awesome. We got 3 global first fights. Gallicinium, Dawn, and Meridian. We'll go one by one, guys. Gallicinium, you fight the shift frame type BW. What were your experiences with this fight? Blart, you want to tell us about Gallicinium, how that went for you?
Oof. So this event dropped the day after the day of or the day after my surgery, so I was pretty out of it when it showed up. I basically said to myself, I'm taking the path of least resistance on all 3 of these. I don't really care what's going on. So for this fight, the mechanics involve basically something to the effect of you want to keep them with 3 debuffs on them for most of the fight, because they have to be at 4 debuffs to count up the orb. But if they go over up to 4 debuffs, that they're like phase shift moves in cleanse, and like it's worse for you basically. And so I said to myself, that's very complicated. That sounds very involved. What did Soul Defo do? And I just went on YouTube and saw that Soul Defo used a team of Garland, Strago, and Ash. And I said I could do that. And I just kind of I didn't copy it move for move, but I basically did it that way.
That seems pretty reliable. Ash is like the character I definitely regret the most skipping, just because she works with a ton of characters I really enjoy. So sucks for me on that one. Who did I use? This fight, I was like kind of getting back into doing like a little more difficult runs after like doing easy mode the last couple events, but I did Bart's Queen and Laguna for this one. I noticed that Laguna had 3 debuffs on his own, framed pretty strong, so I figured, okay, why not try him? Then I noticed it was range resist, so I figured I needed either enchant or some really heavy battery, and Bart's covered both of those things really nicely with a Fujin Call, and I also brought the Sayador Call on Laguna to give him 3 turns of self-holy enchant and a cleanse for the debuffs, so that team worked out pretty well, actually. It was like super comfortable on turns, and Queen was good for auras and damage. That's about it, really. Looks like Raw is
So, yeah,
still
he's
gone.
separated.
Oh,
Sorry,
there he
he's
is. Okay.
type of chat. Yeah,
Raw,
so
who
I know
did you
this is
run?
like I think this is the fight that's been tripping people up the most, from what
Is
I can
it?
tell.
I
I know.
thought the Meridian was tripping people up the most.
Oh, interesting.
That's kind of like what I've just been. I'm in a couple discords at this point. I used to be in just TCC, but I feel like Meridian has been the most trouble. But maybe it was the Galicinium? Galicini? I don't know how to say that. I don't even know what that is.
I think they got progressively. I think I muted myself. Can you hear me now?
We can
You're back.
indeed.
Okay. I think they got easier. Actually, Dawn was the easiest. We'll get to Dawn later, but Dawn was the easiest. Galicinium was second hardest, and then the Mariliths. I think the Mariliths were the hardest for me. Did I hear Zoey right that she brought Laguna?
I did bring Laguna. Yeah, I gotta shout out to Heavy Cura. I know he's been playing more Strive recently than Defo, but that's the OG Laguna runner right there. So give him a shout out on Twitch and go check him out whenever you can.
Slide was the OG. Heavy Cura is a fantastic player. He does fighting games a lot, but he's a DFO streamer as well, and he does Laguna. But Slide was another diehard Laguna runner. Oh God,
No, I'm a
calling you
zoomer.
out too. Mina's calling.
Did I miss another Laguna saga?
Yeah, that Slide was the original, but Heavy Cura. I would say, did a lot more harder stuff with Laguna. He was bringing Lagunas to Lufenias and late chaos stuff like that. So shout out Heavy Cura. Like I said, my chat's not working, but Heavy Cura's on Twitch. Follow him. He's good at Strive as well, unlike Mino. Anyway, as you can see, I took Bart's, Queen, and Strago. There's in the chat. Zoey dropped Heavy Cura's link. I took real easy team, honestly. Strago just melted these guys. I bursted with Bart's. Queen with her auras, just beast moded it. I gotta shout out Queen. I know Zoey will love to hear this. Ever since I got Queen, I have used her in almost every fight. She was criminally underrated. She came out. Shout out Queen. But yeah, Galicinium was not that tough, especially since I brought really strong team and bursted and all that.
Yeah, I think it was like most of the people who were struggling with this fight. It's the debuff management part, and I think once the strategy to leave just 3 debuffs on for most of the fight and only use calls to increase the orb came out, that's when people started getting more consistent clears and stuff like that. Or you could run Kadaj is really good on this fight with a Vincent or Ultimecia Sphere because he has the 3 gold frame debuffs. So I do want to shout out Kadaj, who's been kind of showing up recently in the last couple events as a pretty solid character.
Kadaj lives. Hashtag Kadaj fixed. Strago for
Yeah,
the
I mean,
much, yep.
We gotta hit those Kadaj saga quotas, so we might as well run them.
Yeah, we got him fixed, so now we have to take him to everything. Did Blart go over his Galicinium? Yeah, he went over his. Galicinium, I would say second hardest, right?
That sounds about right.
Second, it could be the hardest, just depends on your roster, but it was about the second hardest. Let's move on to by far the easiest. in my opinion. Dawn. Equinox Aurora Dawn. Zoey, what did you do for this one, and how did you find it?
This one was definitely the easiest of the three. So what did I do? I think the first thing I did was like a Shantoto super easy synergy clear, but my ended up for like my perfect screenshot was Ash, or not Ash. Ash was on my mind because I missed her so much. Aroha, Kurasame, and Cloud was my team actually. I used Cloud for paralysis, and he functions pretty cool with Aroha, getting some nice extra little refunds on all the hits in his finishing touch, and she even gets the discounts on the chase hits. So that was a pretty cool combo there. I don't really get to use Aroha with Cloud enough, and Kurasame was for enchants, for the speed down, and for the he has good damage, honestly, when you pair him with Aroha. He's got the follow-up to take advantage of her overhead, and he has the double dump on his EX, so I got like 200k EX or AAs with Kurasame, which is always fun to see. I think with Garland BT you can get to like 250 or something nuts, but yeah, it was pretty simple for me. I did burst with Cloud because the team's damage isn't quite enough without a dedicated DPS at this point, but it was still a really fun team.
Blart, what did you do for Dawn?
Yeah. Well, for this one, I saw it was single target, and I said I'm not putting effort into this, so I brought Tifa. And then because I was like, oh, I wanted a chat and a paralyze, but Ash is already spoken for, so I guess Raijin's gonna have to do it. And so I brought Raijin, and I actually forget who the third person I brought. I think it might have been Noctis. I forget. But it was Tifa fueled by Raijin with someone else who helped too, and it was pretty abrupt.
Ooh, I hate to interrupt,
Chris.
But Chris5258 has raided with a party of 30. Chris, you're a legend. Thank you so much. Chris's viewers, how you doing? This is the live stream. Big fans of Chris. We are a stream weekly, Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do some Lufenia runs. We talk about the fights. We talk about the game in general. Just a community live stream. Not a podcast, though. If you want a podcast, TCC is a fantastic podcast to check out. But shout out, Chris. Thank you so much. 30 new friends. Fantastic. I interrupted you, Blart. You were talking about this fight.
Oh, yeah, no. This gave me time to look up what... the third character I used was Cloud of Darkness for that fight, of all people.
Oh, wow. You really went overkill on this one.
Cloud of Darkness.
Basically, I figured, like... Okay, well, I want a character who delays, and Cloud of Darkness delays. I'm never going to use this character intentionally anywhere else. Why not? I'll use it here. Let's do it.
Mino is just roasting us viciously. I went ahead and just blew through this one. I didn't feel like dealing with it, so I brought Tidus BT, and I bursted Core and Tifa. So I don't know how the fight normally goes or how it's supposed to go. I don't know any
Did
mechanics.
You guys even see the health bar? Holy shit!
I
that's
don't know.
crazy.
Yeah, it was a bloodbath. I didn't try. I just like saying God is inviting me to.
Can't bring Tidus BT and Core and call the fight easy. Oh my god.
Raw wants me to believe he does TCC challenges. I wish my chat was working so I could send you my YouTube, Mino. But
I'll link it for you.
So, thank you so much. Yeah, we don't really know how the mechanics worked on that fight because we just wanted to get in and get out, and we did get in.
I know how the mechanics work because I did actually engage with the fight a little bit. So basically, for this fight, you've got a single target flawless. It's going to do a Kuraga at the end of its first life, so you got to kill it twice. I think it's 17 million HP total, and the biggest thing to worry about is it has an attack called Holy Sword Art, which is a single target Brave plus HP attack that has a cleanse of all debuffs on it. So you kind of have to either mitigate it, or what they're expecting you to do is to shut it down with paralysis, which is how they're selling Shantoto as the rework character. So you can live it with stuff like Brave Reductions and Camelot Call, and if you want to, I brought a Pestle Call, I think, just to be super safe and get a defense boost, but That's like the only really dangerous thing. It can use Kiraga a second time if you don't delay it enough. I think coming down when the second orb goes up, that's when you can't let it take any more turns, or it might be using Kiraga, and then you would have to deal with 3 health bars, which even with a good team might be tricky. Those were like the main things. Most people like definitely didn't see what this boss did, and it's certainly like relatively the easiest at this event.
Just to interject here, one of my friends, Saiyan Goddess, Star, not sure who it is, but they just invited me to a co-op, and I accepted while we were chatting. And I brought, where's my camera? I brought Terra. So if you're in chat right now, Saiyan Goddess, Star, I am so sorry. We were chatting, and now you've got a Terra in your synergy. Sorry about that.
You could argue this is their fault for playing the old co-op. It's old news. This fight
yeah, I
barely even
figured
exists
they
anymore.
invited me to a co-op. I figured it would be the new one. Host has disbanded party. Wow, oh god. F's in the chat.
This is your fault.
They
What a
disbanded the fight. Oh my god. Yeah, that's my fault. I'm so sorry to this person. I'm not gonna play.
You gotta click the
Get outta
button
here.
still.
No, I'm getting out of here.
You good now? Okay.
I think we spoke. Daniel, I just got your DM on Discord. Please don't do that. Yeah. So anyway, that fight, Zoey, you're a legend for actually engaging with the boss and learning what it does, because we just wanted it in and out of there. The next one, though, I'm gonna run live while we discuss it. And this was the real killer, as I have heard. Oh my god, As Pretty as You're Rude, subscribe for a 2-month streak. Thank you, As Pretty as You're Rude. Shout out. So yeah, the last one is Meridian. And you got the Beatrix Lost Chapter, Meriliths. We went Zoey first last time, I think. So Blart, have you done Meridian yet, and what did you do? Because I'm about to try it.
I did indeed. So, yeah, I kind of used the I don't want to call it small braid strap, but I think the path of least resistance here ended up being Warrior of Light. For me, Faris, and then I used Terra BT. I actually went back into it today with using another team, and it also went pretty well because Beatrix was involved. But yeah, it's the barrel that's it's not as bad as it was. CSDX in chat earlier mentioned, I think, the key point here, which is the barrels are still dangerous like they were the first few times we've seen them, because I think it's like this is 3 or 4 times at this point. But they no longer have a Dispel Orb, which is huge, because those toxic part of the fight had always been that, you know, they would put a bunch of buffs on themselves, you'd dispel it, and then they wouldn't buff themselves in time for you to dispel them again. Now that it's a Sap Orb, I think they're a lot more bearable.
Topher Splat with the follow. Thank you so much, Topher. You just mentioned your team, and so now it looks like I'm ripping you off, but this was the team that I was planning. I'm not going to use Terra, but I am using Warrior of Light and Faris. I pulled for Faris and haven't used her since Transcendence.
Maybe we can spice that team up a little bit. Wolfless Faris is like super vanilla here.
I need the cleanses. We'll get into my team next. Zoey, or Blart, are you done? You told us you're clear. Was it hard? Did you fail, or was it pretty simple with that squad?
It was pretty simple, but since I already used a team similar to yours, we could maybe put it out to the people and see what they think.
Oh dear. Oh, so now you're gonna make me. Okay, Zoey. Before we get into that,
I mean,
what did you do? What did you do? Please don't.
We need to do
me
something unique here, and like our crowdsourcing is like the one thing we have figured out so far that only we do. So for this, I used Eldnarsh here because I saw a bunch of shield teams already, and I'm like, okay, let me try Eld instead, and it was pretty simple, I guess. Like, the thing is, they cleanse at HP thresholds, so you just kind of have to save his LDs for after they cleanse, because his LD is what's tied to the sap. And if you do that, you won't really have a problem. I ran with Arciella, and then I took with a few different thirds just to try some different things out. I ran with Squall, I ran with Bartz, and I ran with Core, and all 3 of those worked fine.
Okay, but you're gonna make me run some kind of crazy shit while I'm trying to pay attention to the chat and everything. Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to bring
Alright, chat.
I want to bring Wool and I want to bring Ferris. Why don't I just let them bring my third? No. At 2,
We gotta give them a little bit more than that.
Like, I gotta shout out Mino. He did finally do his own challenge, and he brought Eld, Arciela, and Aroha. I guess that's the redheaded Turk. Shout out Mino. Thank you for doing one of your own challenges. Finally.
Okay, I think we've got the team. I think it's 9, Freya, and Palom. That should be doing it. You got the last stand. What could go wrong?
Wait. Okay, no, we're not doing that.
Dude, Warrior of Life was Palom. Palom is like actually a good partner for Wool.
I haven't even beat this yet. Okay, Palom. This fight. Oh, he did Eldnar, Arciela, and Aroha on this fight.
Yeah, Eld and Arciela are super good together here.
Where's the damage, man? He made it work.
I don't know why people can't understand this. Eldmarsh has good damage. I feel like people don't recognize that he has good damage.
People don't recognize, and here's the thing. He suffers from core syndrome, which is Eldmarsh is doing mediocre damage, but he's doing it so often throughout a fight that you don't really recognize. I wish at the end of a fight they would have an option to show how much brave damage, how much HP damage each unit in your team did, because people would look at core units like core, Eldmarsh. Tidus is a little bit more obvious with his damage, but at the end of the fight, you'd look at it and you'd say, holy shit, Eldmarsh did a lot of damage in this fight, or Core did a lot of damage in this fight. People just don't see the big fat numbers.
Yeah, just gotta look a little bit deeper than that, I guess.
Yeah. Core does T level damage. Alright, we had to beat this fight, and you guys are going to try to make me bring some crazy team, but I really want to bring Ferris and Warrior of Light, because they make it brain dead. You guys can choose my DPS, how about that? Ferris doesn't bring
Okay,
any
do you want me
voting
to
for Palom.
Huh?
set up a poll? Do we have any options besides Palom?
Oh, Palom's blue. I'm bringing Palom. I gotta
Okay,
get some.
there we go.
Yeah, I gotta get some usage out of Palom. I mean, at this point, good God, I blued him, and I wanted to die on that hill. Well, I'm dead.
That hill is like...
You
barely even walked on that hill. That hill has been like lightly stepped on at most.
I'm man enough to admit my faults, and I made a big fault with Palom. Love him to death. He's good. He's really good. There's almost no situation so far where I have thought, you know what? I really am glad I have a blue Palom.
He's really good, but I've never wanted to use him. I wonder how that works.
What?
RGK has an interesting suggestion: swapping Warrior of Light for Porum to have the twins up there. Do you have Porum?
Mm-hmm. But I want some shields to protect me from these guys, don't I? Mino 1,943 raw 0. Holy shit! The mic volume is so high compared to Raw's. Sorry, Winters. We've been working on this audio issue, but maybe I just need to put the mic a little closer to my face, or be louder. I feel like 9 would be more fun than Wool here.
It might be. I could just be talking too loudly.
All right, you know what? You guys want to do a fun run? Let's do it. Palom, Porum, and 9. Can that win? No, there's no.
Where's your
sap? Shit. There's no sap, and there's no dispel. I have to dispel a lot.
Those are 2 roles you need to cover now.
Let's do 9, Ferris, and a DPS.
Is it me that's loud? I can try and turn myself down if I'm too loud.
Is this why you do all your challenges offline? Yeah. Yes. I'd like to fail offline and then win online. We'll do Porum. Where's Ferris at? We have Ferris somewhere. I would search by game, but I don't even know what game she's from.
Would Zubai the one who was too loud?
I think it ended up being me. I'm turning myself down real quick, so I'm gonna mute for a sec.
God is my witness. One day we're going to finish one of these streams without any audio issues.
Oh, it's coming. I mean, this is only the 4th one, so.
So, I actually saw a very fun team that I ended up actually running myself in this. Inkwelder used Beatrix, Sabin, and Queen here, and it was a ton of fun. There was battery everywhere. Beatrix was doing great.
I would
and
love
again, it
to
was
run that. I don't have Beatrix.
It's another case. It's another case of that Sapor being a much better fit for this fight than the Dispel, because Beatrix, like, the rhythm was just there. You know, you Dispel when they put on the buffs, and then, or like use her LD when they put on their big string of buffs, and then you just keep hitting them, and then you do it again. It felt really, really good, and it made me remember why I like using Beatrix so much.
I do love Beatrix. I don't have Beatrix, though. I'm going to try to get her when Zidane comes back around. I'm just doing this. I'm just bringing Squall. We're going to beat it with Squall. Right?
You take it out the Palom? You don't believe in Palom?
We do Palom as the 3rd?
I need to see you use Palom at some point, man. Come on.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. We're bringing Palom. Let's go, Palom. Let's see. Daniel? Blue Cod? Is that the move?
I don't think Blue Cod's ever a bad idea.
Yeah, we're doing Blue Cod. I actually haven't beat this yet. Saturday night.
You're gonna have an interesting.
What's up?
You're gonna have a very interesting time juggling the debuffs here, since Ferris brings 5 framed ones.
Okay, I'm back. Is that a little bit better? Chat? Should be. I turned myself down like a significant amount.
Hopefully. Winters asked if he slept on Queen. Yeah, if you did not bring Queen, if you did not pull Queen, you've absolutely slept on Queen. I don't think I need that many debuffs, do I?
So I definitely wasn't sleeping on Queen, and I like to think that I helped show that she was like super competitive with Sarah, who is one of the premier Aura bots we've had recently. So I think a decent amount of people in TCC at least pulled Queen. I don't know about everywhere else, but she's good.
Yeah, we all pulled Queen for challenges specifically. Her auras are ridiculous. She does good damage once you get her in her EX phase, and I've been having a lot of fun with her. Personally. So, these guys pretty much can't kill me as long as Warrior of Light's debuff is up. I mean, overhead LD. Amen in the chat. What's up, Amen?
Hi, Amen. How's it going?
I'm gonna say that Whirlpool topic was pretty fortuitous there.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. I'm just whenever Ferris' Whirlpool breaks a target, I get excited because I want Ferris to be good, and that gives me a brief hope of, oh look, utility. Oh god damn.
Oh look, she's doing things. She's contributing.
What if Whirlpool was to do HP damage as well? What if?
She had like a refund after, sure, because like the big thing is it's for battery, so as long as it doesn't leave her empty on bravery, that'd be fine.
I'm pretty sure the next episode of Marvel What If is going to cover that very topic.
What if Ferris did HP damage?
What if Ferris follow up or did HP damage and not
damage,
spread?
really?
Yeah, I mean like.
Yeah, her
it's not
HP
pretty
damage
whenever
just,
Ferris is taking turns. Let's be honest.
it just does not. It doesn't hold up. Her HP damage just seems so far behind other units that debuff.
Wow, you're taking Palom's breaks.
I'm what? Oh, I just broke him with
Palom's breaks. Yeah.
Oopsies. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
We'll be alright.
Wait,
Look
what
at
is
that damage. Boom.
is that the Marvel thing? What if I like completely lost the plot on Marvel years and years ago?
What?
Yeah.
I haven't
I
started
checked.
What If, but I did finish Scarlet Witch or WandaVision. That was awesome. And I did not finish Loki yet.
Yeah, I watched What If for the first 2 episodes. The first one was all right. The second one I thought was really quite fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Basically, it's a good time. It's not gonna like change your worldview or anything. I found it more worthwhile than Falcon the Winter Soldier. Maybe not as worthwhile as like WandaVision.
WandaVision was great, in my opinion.
Rob, Vito's putting you on blast regarding your Palom situation there. So aren't you glad you decided to use him here?
Remember when Raw said Palom was good and wanted a traction on the TCC? He must have missed. He must have missed my official statement. Mino, I did finally make an official statement. I apologize for Palom. He unfortunately has not been the #1 choice for pretty much any fight ever since I got him. And yeah, he does good. I did do one TCC challenge with him. You're almost as bad as Arrow. No, CSDX.
I'll have to. The camera for your
I'll
apology.
put it. CSDX. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a YouTube video, and I'm gonna officially. We're at 88%. Jesus fuck. What is there? 70 turns. God almighty.
Do you have wall burst?
I don't have wall burst. This is a burstless
run.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
It'll be interesting. We'll see.
We'll see. That's not a good start though. My plan, CSDX, is to make an apology video where I cry into the camera and I beg for forgiveness because while Palom is good and fun, shouldn't have blued him. Should not have blued him. It takes a better man than me to make Palom work. And I mean, I can make him work, but he's not my first choice ever. Does this get an instant? If he breaks with his EX, does he get an instant? We'll find out. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's tied to his buff, so it's whatever he does.
Also, if I knew how to use Palom perfectly, then that might also help. But just run him with Tidus and Core like
that was some good damage right there.
Name redacted. We're not gonna name that, but yes, I could just drag him through with Core and Tifa in every fight, but I don't like doing that. Lord Touch Me, how you doing?
Good evening, fella.
Our friend. We're bringing Blue Palom to this fight just to see. We're in a goofy, silly mood. So
this is step one of several steps we're going to be taking to turn Raw into a major DFFOO content creator. I think the next step is for him to make some controversial hot takes about the state of Lufenia Plus, and then he'll be retiring from the DFFOO community. He'll still make content, but he will be retired.
Yeah, so my first step, Blart, I think, is to apologize. I'm going to do my Blue Palom apology video. Then after that, I'll take a step back. I'll post a video about me taking a step back, but I won't actually take a step back. And then I'll start drama with just someone. I think Mino is a good candidate because we already have that love-hate relationship. You know, I love him.
I vote for RVK because the response videos will be very good.
Okay.
RVK will fucking murder you, though.
I might choose Mino. I might choose RVK over Mino. I don't know. But and I think that'll finish my what's it called? Circuit of content creation. What do these guys do?
They try to kill you, but you have wall up.
Count target takes certain brave damage from effect, so it's a sap orb. I remember this. I know this.
How many beers haven't you chugged tonight?
I took the chug beer thing off, but I had plenty of beers on my own. just for fun. I haven't used her LD yet. Oops.
Coward. Maybe save
I
her
have so
LD
many excuses.
for
I
after
thought
the
you were a
slaps.
good
Might have been
DFO
good.
player.
Or for
That
the
was-
cleanses.
That was your mistake, Aiden. Not mine. What'd you say, Zoe?
I was thinking maybe you wanted to save the LD refresh for after the cleanses, but we'll see what happens. You might have to race that last orb.
No, she'll be able to certain brave effect. She has a sap. Her EX debuff or her EX follow up counts as a sap, I think.
I don't think so, but we'll find out, I guess.
She has a poison on her S2, guys.
Oh, she's a poison.
Oh yeah.
That's like the
Okay,
most
my bad.
useless
Okay.
thing, but
All right.
it exists. Yep.
So you terrified me.
I mean, losing her LD buff will still be kind of lame, but like you'll live.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got violence in the chat right now.
I forgot she had a poison because
We
she
got
already
violence in the chat right now.
to 0 when
Look,
she has her
hold
LD debuff.
Hold on, we got violence in the chat right now. Let me clear some things up, folks. We're out here having a good time. I've had a handful of beers. We are out here having a good time. I don't do my TCC challenges live on stream with 42 people in the stream. I do my TCC challenges in the comfort of my own home, where I'm sitting calmly failing over and over and over, and then when it finally works, I record that video only and I post that video. It's fun to fail. Sometimes you fail, and you know what? You learn. Hey, this is why I failed. This is why I suck. I can encourage everyone at home. Fail a lot. It's fun to fail. Okay? We're just out here having a good time. Am I messing up pretty much? Oh my god, how's she taking HP damage? Am I messing up almost every single turn with a misplay? Yeah. Is it a good old fun time? Yeah, we're in a silly, goofy mood. Okay? Moving on.
That Palom Ferris anti-Sidri is pretty incredible, actually.
We're doing real well here with giving Palom his consecutive turns. Yeah.
Oh, am I breaking them all the time on accident? All right, I'm not gonna talk to chat anymore. I'm gonna only focus on this game because I'm gonna run out of turns. 22 turns. Oh fuck. 70 turns. We don't have a burst.
Hey, you got a summon. You've got a friend unit. You're like a quarter of the way through. About just keep going.
Yeah, we don't have a burst though in Blart.
Oh, did you refresh Wolf's shields? Okay, you did. Yeah.
Yeah. I also blew
Winters.
9.
I'm not taking the blue 9 disrespect. 9 has been showing his worth the last month or so. He's been really good.
Winters, I did blue 9 also. After almost as soon as I finished Type 0, I blued 9 and I went back and pulled for 7. So you blued 9 and wouldn't bring him to this fight. Some girl, I just used blue 9 in my TCC challenge for Reno. 9's getting his mileage. I'm getting my mileage out of 9. Yo, Palom has not had a break yet, and that is completely my fault.
In hindsight, Ferris may not have been the right choice to pair with Palom here.
Well, she has a single target. Waterwhirl single target, but I just never pressed that button.
It's the EX buff.
EX
It
also
keeps breaking them
them
after
on
they
the enemy
turn.
turns.
Yeah,
so
the EX breaks them on the energy.
might want to stop pressing that button. Maybe just kind of live without it, unless you need to refresh a buff. But I feel like Ferris's damage isn't going to be doing anything anyway. So as you can see, there goes Palom's damage. You can literally see it being drowned by Ferris.
Ferris, you. Raw should have went gems for 7. I knew I was gonna get it. Get that CC rate up. Isn't that what the kids are calling it these days? CC rate up. I knew I was gonna get it.
That is the main motivation behind us doing this stream, is to get that rate up.
Yeah, that's the only reason I do it. I want to get the RNG on my side. To be honest.
Juicy launch though.
That was
pretty good.
not a bad launch. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think we have the damage. 26 turns. Cloud of Darkness friend, no burst, and a summon. We'll play it out, but I do not see the. I don't see the damage. I don't see the damage here.
And once Ferris is EX runs out, just try and like actually get Palom to do his turns. Then Palom should be able to do the damage.
I don't know who I'm bringing, but I'm definitely bringing Ferris if this fails, because it's just so nice for one button to just completely cleanse all their debuffs. I wanted to try to bring Balthier here, but he only what, 3 debuffs at a time, or 3 buffs at a time.
Do you have Beatrix?
I do not. I don't have Beatrix's LD. But I mean, Ferris. If I bring a better team around her, Ferris with just one button, cleansing every debuff and every buff and replacing them with debuffs. That's fun. That's real fun. Also, I haven't used Ferris one single time since Transcendence. Whatever Transcendence she was built for. Hey, look! Palom's gonna get a break!
The fools!
You guys have fucked
now
up
we'll see his true power. You might want to start using some of your calls. Maybe pop Gabranth or Jack here, because you do want to, like, not backload all of them.
I'm gonna wait until they, what's it called next? Actually, I have too many. I should have put one on right now. I should put one on right now.
Why did you Blizzard Burst there? That was confusing.
To get his free turn next. Because I don't want to use these two, but dual cast plus is better. See, boom. That's an HP plus right there.
They were broken already. Okay.
No, they weren't broken. One of them was unbroken. I broke one with...
Well, yeah, but you should have used a skill and then to save the Blizzard Burst for when they weren't broken.
Did you just use his free AA in order to get a free turn?
He used the AA to get a break. It was something.
My bad.
All right. We're still gonna 30 minus 70, 70 minus 30, 40. Ooh, folks.
I had to mute for a second. I was laughing so hard. Wow, you really gotta learn the mechanics of the characters you're repping, dude.
Listen, I know the mechanics. I'm just we're having a good old silly, fun, goofy time.
Oh man.
We might be all right. We haven't used our Cloud Friend yet. Cloud of Darkness. Oh look, another turn with nobody to break. Right.
See, what you could have done was you could have attacked, you could have AA'd, you could have attacked, and then you could have attacked again. That would have been 4 turns in a row for Palom, but
CSDX. I said
AA'd.
I see why Palom wasn't worth it. No. This is not a good descriptor of Palom. I am having a hard time with his basic mechanics right now. Trust me, Palom's not bad. It's just me personally right now. I'm not.
This kind of reminds me of how Mito loves using Eldarshan stages and makes a point of never recommending him to anyone else.
Exactly. Except Eld has the results and runners, because Palom, I'm not so sure about his usage on the call to arms per se. So
No. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. I know I shouldn't do this. I'm gonna defend Palom here. Listen, I'm making the worst plays ever. I just AA'd into a broken target, or into an unbroken target. Listen, if you put Palom in the hands of a fantastic player.
Competent player?
A competent player. Not even fantastic. Just someone who's not had 6 White Claws and 2 High Lifes and is on stream right now talking to people.
Oh
Palom's
my God.
good. Listen, Palom's good. I haven't had 6. This is my 6th. Palom's good. Okay? I was a little bit off base by bluing him, but he's good. He's really good. It's just, I'm fucking terrible. Especially right now. Navarre does great Palom Saga runs. Yes! I saw Navarre do a Palom against, what fight was it? What was the fight before Reno?
Cheetah's event?
It might have been before that, but he did a awesome... He has a blue Palom as well. But he knows how to use his blue Palom. Like, real good. Yoshi Pasta highlighted a message There's a YouTube channel, Navarre, who runs Palom. Yeah, that's what we're talking about now.
Found it.
Listen. If you put a fishing rod in the hands of a carpenter and then judge the fishing rod on that carpenter's ability to wield it, this is a great analogy. All right. If you put a fishing rod in the hands of a carpenter and then judge that fishing rod on the carpenter's ability to fish with it or whatever, it's not going to be good. Or if you put a hammer, Johnny Raz 54 with the follow. Thank you for the follow, Johnny Raz. And thank you for coming out. We're here every Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, you get the analogy. If you put a tool in the hands of the wrong person, the tool looks bad. But it's not bad.
So it sounds to me like Palom should. What you're saying is Palom should come with some kind of like disclaimer, like don't operate when under the influence, much like a heavy machinery you're driving.
Don't operate while under the influence or while being not good at the game.
Okay, please don't AA here, or I'm gonna leave the stream if you AA again.
Can you guys see my cursor? Can you see where my cursor is?
Oh, don't do it.
This looks good to me.
Oh,
2-hit.
my delicate heart can't handle it.
2-hit Ice Magic, Brave Attack. That looks good. It would break that guy. Alright, what should I do, Zoe? Break it with Jack Call.
Jack Call. That's a good plan, I think.
No, I'll dual cast, right? Dual cast. Get another turn.
That is what you should do, yes.
Boom, look at that, guys. And then, to upkeep my buff... Look, where's my camera? To upkeep my buff, as I'm supposed to, I'll LD. I think my buff's almost out.
Well, you want to use the AA here, and you can get 4 turns in a row.
I don't think his AA gives extra turns, does it?
I mean, you have 2 turns on the LD buff, right? Or did he extend it more? I forgot.
I think I have 1 turn. Let me check.
Check his buffs.
I think he has. I think he has.
You
Oh,
broke
Jesus.
it. No!
No, he's got 1. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Oh,
Oh
fuck
my
me.
god.
Gotta mute again.
This is incredible.
Zoe's gonna leave. It's fine. I wasted the HP. This is really good. What if we win? We only have 30 turns left. We can still win. Zoe, I'm sorry. Please unmute yourself. Zoe.
I'm back.
Zoe.
Yeah,
She's
but like
back.
we
It's
could
all
have
good.
milked an extra turn of the LD buff. Like
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine.
Look, everything's fine. We've got
We have 30 turns.
54%, 54%, and 53%. Mino's explaining it well in chat. If
Dude,
you AA a
our
broken
friend
target,
takes all of Palom's breaks too. This is like
Yeah,
anti-synergy to the max.
it's anti-synergy, but also a misplay at every step does not help. Listen to this. You AA a broken target because you can't chain breaks in a row. So he gets a break, AAs, gets another break, gets a 4th turn. This is how King and Jack do it too. Mino actually with some very helpful feedback. If you want to learn how to play Palom, don't watch this fight. You guys talked me into bringing Palom. Don't forget about that.
This is actually a great teachable moment if you want to learn to play Palom, because they say failure is the best teacher, and so watching someone else fail probably is basically the same thing. This saves you the trouble of having to do it yourself.
That's right. That's right. And I have equally horrible news. I do have to use the restroom. So, Zoe, Blart, can you guys explain?
Okay.
Explain-
because you drink too much. This is why you have to go to the bathroom all the time.
I'm hydrated. It's good
Okay,
to be
well,
hydrated.
you know what? Well, how about this? While you do that, Zoe, do you want to walk us through the next banner
I
event
was
that we have
just
coming up?
actually gonna say that we can talk about Leon and Jack while we
Yeah, we're
while we
running out
wait
of
for
time.
Raw to
We're running out of
refresh
time on the stream.
his buffs. Raw has to refresh his own buffs.
Yeah, I gotta refresh my buffs.
Jesus
You guys
Christ.
talk about this new banner coming.
Okay, he's leaving, so we have a bit of a break from the Palom shenanigans, we'll call them. Yeah, exactly. This has been an event. What do you think about Ross Palom playing so far, Blart?
I believe there's no such thing as a truly bad player, just bad circumstances. But I am questioning my beliefs in this moment. Although I will say 6 White Claws, that is quite an accomplishment. I don't know. I don't even drink 1 White
And
Claw,
2
so that's
beers. Yeah, I'm sober today, as I am most days. But
also
okay.
he can hear us still. But yeah, so Leon and Jack, you want to walk us through that?
Yeah, sure. Let me see. Let's talk about Jack first, because Jack doesn't really get anything new except high armor, but I have a kind of a rant I want to go on about Jack, because Jack is a good main party unit, and I feel like nobody respects him at all.
We were
Because,
actually
like,
talking about this in our mod chat a day or two ago. So yeah, no,
yeah,
go ahead.
like, I've been thinking this, especially since I recommended Blart use Jack for his extreme TCC of Divine Brothers, and Jack was a super awesome pick for that, just stealing all the turns, especially in the first phase, and he doesn't care about the battery kill aura. Bye, Indo. Thanks for coming by. And just Jack has a really good kit, and he can bring his debuff. Okay, Leviax is here. Perfect. Because I was going to plug you, Leviax, before you showed up, I promise. But Leviax has run Jack in like almost every event since he's come out in a Type 0 team. And Jack has so many good things. His turn manipulation means that you get to pretty much control when the boss plays as long as you're pacing Jack's skills. His debuff lets you bring different call units, which is a plus, because why not have more debuffs? And he has really strong follow-ups. Like, it's super easy to pump Jack's damage, and I don't know, he just doesn't get a lot of respect, similar to Kurosame, but I think people kind of see how good Kurosame is in party with his LD boards. Like, Jack just gets absolutely no talk as a party unit, and having 4 LDs instead of just the call ability is just so good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like so excited to finally be getting Jack and be able to play around with him. You've had Jack. How have you used Jack?
So I actually love Jack quite a bit. I picked him up because I was like, okay, hype call. Also, he looks, I guess, like a decent melee unit, whatever, at the time. But using him, he has a people kind of overlook how loaded his kit is, because if we break it down real quick, he's a melee attacker. He has a built-in follow-up attack on basically everything he does, which means hey, more free damage outside the regular cap of how much damage you're allowed to deal in a turn. He has the Jack Call ability, which everyone knows and loves, and being able to keep that up the whole fight is awesome. But he also has evasion, he has built-in healing, he has last stand, he has... What else do we have? He has built-in crit damage, built-in crit, like, chance. So he has a bunch of, like, built-in damage bonuses. A lot of really... And also he's not elemental, but he could enchant him for even more damage. So he's very flexible. He kind of does a lot of little things that... There are a lot of fights where I'm like, I wish I had just like, I'm trying to build like a last stand team. I want to build an evasion team. I want to build a team that just does this or that. And Jack slots in way better than you'd think, just as the call guy would do. Oh yeah, he also instant breaks on his LD. Thank you, Subgirl. So he's just he has a surprisingly loaded kit for someone who's mostly passed over as a call. But so we love Jack.
Right.
Yeah.
We should probably talk more about the guy who's actually getting something to do with this though, beyond his high armor.
Oh no! Did Rob forget to dispel?
Oh,
listen, listen. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. I was so encompassed in thinking about Leviax. You guys didn't do a good enough job plugging Leviax. Leviax.
I felt hard for him.
Right. Okay. I want to shield for him a little bit more. Jack main party person, but more important than that for me is Zidane. Every time there's a new Lufenia out, I looked in the call to arms to see if there's still time to be the first person to bring Zidane, and it never is. If Keeper of Record hasn't done it, Leviax has done it. Leviax is a supreme player, almost as good as me, if
Leviax
is true. But Leviax, fantastic. I wanted to show a little bit for him. I'm sorry, I interrupted. Please go on.
Leviax, I just want to let you know that this run died so that you could have that shill. I hope you appreciate it. Much respect.
Let me see. You can summon, I guess, and then dispel. That's like the only thing you can do. You
I
have
gotta
to get
be-
the dispel off.
Yeah, I gotta be real with you guys. 36 turns. I'm
You have
relatively.
26 turns, not 36 turns.
Wait, what's 40? What's 70 minus 44?
You're
That's
so
right.
drunk.
It's
26.
Yeah. So this one's probably dead anyway. Show us the wipe. Oh, we don't shy away from wipes here. We like everyone to see. Sometimes you fail, and most of the time it's your own fault. Watch this. Boom.
So, in the meantime, while Ross shows us how to make this work, we're gonna get the
Where's Cod
cloud of
here?
charges
Oh,
trying
no.
to use the burst.
Oh,
My face.
Oh, she got another turn.
Zoe,
in a
do you
row.
think you have it within
Fuck.
yourself to talk about Leon? Oh god.
Fuck.
okay, give me like 10 seconds and we can talk about Leon. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
You can't burst and summon, and that's fine. I did forget that she gets double turns to back. But we'll burst on the next one. Watch this. Here. We'll get a burst in. What about Leon? Leon is coming up.
I have to like find some like meditation strats for this or something. Yeah, Leon is coming up. He gets a new LD, which gives him a lot of goodies. He's still like, oh my god, kind of the same old Leon. He does the Dark Enchant into Brave Absorb thing. Also, you're so dead, by the way. Look at the orb. But
They have to move
okay,
for the orb,
so
right? Oh yeah, we're so dead.
you're absolutely fucked. Leon.
Oh shit.
His LD
Leon.
is a double dump that gives a new trap. I forget like everything the LD does like potency wise, but that doesn't matter. Let's be honest.
No, that's not why you get Leon.
It inflicts a trap and the imperil. That I do know. And we're still not some girl. You're killing me here. You need to settle down with the violence.
Leon's LD gives him some personal stats up, and it also gives HP damage reduction for the party, as well as a trap that heals the party and deals splash damage.
It does HP damage reduction for the party, and it also heals them. And Leon has like the rude the overhealing turns into battery. I don't know what the numbers are on it, but that's pretty cool that he can both keep up the party, and when they don't need to be kept up, he can translate that into some more party support with some battery. And other than that, it's just like a nice update. People have been running EX plus Leon in Lufenias like whenever he's been viable, so I don't think he really needed a ton per se. I would consider him in like the Arciella/Trey kind of camp where their EX plus kits are really powerful overall, and they just kind of needed some tweaks to get something extra. So yeah, I think Leon is pretty good. I haven't looked ahead at the fight to see how many of them he can trivialize, but I assume it's going to be a fair amount because elemental attacks are the big thing that hurt him, but he also can't quite protect against brave games sometimes that ignore reductions. So those are a couple things to watch out for, but overall, I'm pretty excited for Leon. I'm more hyped for Jack, obviously, because of my personal preferences, but especially if you don't have two LDs, either LD on this banner, I think it's a really good choice. Blart, do you have any Leon thoughts?
Yeah, so Leon falls into a category of character that I think every player should have at least one or two of in their back pocket. I guess the best way to describe it would be the cheeser. Basically, they're characters like Kefka, Arciella, Eldarsh, and Leon who, if you bring them to a stage, if the stage permits their mechanics, they will turn the stage into a joke. And I think it's helpful for every player to have access to that. Or, sometimes it's a hard stage and that's the answer to get through it. Dula had a great example of that fight. A lot of people got through it kind of relatively stress-free because they just brought their lockdown unit, whatever. Leon does it in a unique way, which is going to make him to be able to do it in a wide variety of fights. And I think that's a pretty nifty thing to be able to do. He is from Final Fantasy II, which, because Sideways not in the chat, I could say is the worst Final Fantasy.
Please don't let Sinewave watch that on the VOD.
Sinewave is just like having a bad day somewhere. We're bringing lots of karma down on him today.
Lots of pain.
But yeah, Leon, much like Eldarsh, he does something unique, and that unique thing is extremely powerful, which I think gives him a lot of value. Whether that's everyone's
Yeah.
cup of tea, that's everyone. Not everyone. You don't need to choose a fight with Leon to get through the fight. You could just play the fight differently. But if the style of the way he executes that appeals to you, then you're probably going to have a blast if you pick him up because it's a very powerful, very effective way to do what he does. And
Here's a
now
good-
he has like more healing and more off-turn damage. So like that's just good unit stuff right there.
Here's a
every
good,
unit wants to be that.
example of how well Leon works when he does work. I'm on the DeCityInfo.com right now on the call to arms. Someone, oh my god, it was Sinewave. Someone brought Leon to the most recent Lufenia before Equinox, the redheaded Turk, Reno's LC. Sinewave brought Leon to that fight, and
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
and won. Galuf, Leon, and Queen. Shout out Sinewave. Sorry that we have shredded your favorite FF ever, but yeah, Leon before his LD, before all this he's getting, was instrumental in Sinewave's run of the most recent Lufenia. So he can completely just what's the word? Cheese?
Cheese, trivialize, make a joke of.
Lockdown. I like Lockdown for those
Trivialize.
characters
He
like
can
Eldon, Arcee, and
trivialize.
Leon.
He can trivialize a fight if the fight doesn't, counter his
But his
mechanic.
mechanics. And the way he does it is a different method than a lot of other similar
Yeah,
lockdown
does it-
characters like Eldar
counters-
or Ciela. So that's something to
Counters
think about.
like Brave hits and Brave games, but that's the only, not Brave games. He counters Brave hits, not Brave games. That's like the only thing where it might be scary, but there's other ways to hit Brave games. You could run with like Kadaj, you could run with some Arciela calls or stuff like that.
He also comes built in with HP damage reduction for the party. So sometimes, if it's
30%,
not like an
yeah.
instant kill attack, it may still be capable of taking the hit. You
And we'll
never
get a
know.
heal after. Wait,
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
you blew Chant. What? Oh, wait, is
No.
that my Shantoto?
No. I gotta bring something up. I gotta go to my friend's unit right now unless it's rectified instantly. This is Mino Spellgood of the TCC on my friends list. And if you look here, we're about to wrap up, but if you see this right here,
This is
unfollowed back.
this is
So,
peer pressure, Mito. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
That's gonna be a 5-minute. That's gonna be a 5-minute timer starting right now. If this little Moogle on the
Jesus.
right does not fill in, I'm gonna lose this Shantoto, and I don't want to lose. Oh, he's got the. Does he have the costume? That's cute.
Yeah, the glasses is the costume.
Oh, well, I'll lose that if he doesn't follow me back in the next 5 minutes. Anyway, it's 10:21. Blart, Zoey, I'm probably gonna finish. Look, I haven't even finished this fight, so I'll finish it tonight. But you guys, I think it's about time to wrap up, right?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. It's on the later side for Blart. Not really
Oh
for
yes,
me, but
we got to
it's
get Blart.
okay.
We got to get Blart to bed next week. Yes, Mino. Good point. I'll finish this next week, unless the rewards are time sensitive. What a stream! Before we even started, we had a handful of subs. Shout out Leafblade or Shadow. Who all subbed? Worry Frog, Cynical God. We had a lot of subs before we even started.
We had our first hype train, which was pretty remarkable.
So
really
can you
did.
guys tell me what a hype train is? Because I'm like never using Twitch except for this stuff, so I don't really know what that is.
Basically, a bunch of people subbed to the channel all at once, and everyone got excited, and they all got free stickers out of doing so. So it's all very exciting.
Yeah, everyone got stickers and a bunch of subs were given, and it was just honestly, it was just a party before we even started. So we should take bets. Okay, first off, before we even leave the stream, I've got to defend myself.
Causing
Listen, guys,
so much violence on you in the
Jesus.
chat.
you guys
I'm
are
sorry.
pulling so much violence on me. Okay, listen, I am out here just chugging White Claws, having a great old goofy time with my people, talking in chat. Listen, if you want to see me actually play, I'll stream on like a Saturday when I'm chilling and I'm it's a different vibe. my YouTube has all my runs. I know how to play the game, but sometimes it's more fun. Sometimes it's more fun to just have a silly, goofy time. That's what we're doing out here. Zoey, tell him how I do.
He's having a good time, folks. That's all it is.
Deal, call his
I gotta
bluff.
let's be honest, people. We probably had a much more fun time here, ragging on Raw based on his Palom play tonight than we would have had he just played it and we watched him play a game of DFFOO. Like, we all know how to play the game. I think it's way more fun this way.
How boring? How boring is it when you just watch someone just destroy the fight? Hey, this was a beginning to end fight. Yeah, that's true. That's true. What? Let's see. What's coming out next week?
We got the boss rush, which
that's right. Boss rush is
coming
coming out.
We should have boss rush, and we should have. I think Una event might come out by that time, or it might be like the day of. So those are the two things. But we'll probably just do boss rush, is my guess.
Yeah, I'll do boss rush on stream. I'll drink Gatorade instead.
Oh, sorry. The Square Enix live stream, I believe, is happening next Monday, so there's a good chance we'll have some stuff to talk about based on that.
Oh, yeah. True. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Legendary stream for the live stream. We'll be back 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every week. Blart, Zoey, you guys have any finishing comments? Zoey, you first.
I have one thing to say, actually. When Spellgood challenged me to use Eldnarsh and beat his turn count, so I'm going to be streaming that in the TCC server after the stream ends.
Ooh,
so,
okay, that gives me something to
that.
do. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing after this. All right, so I think Poto left, but if you scroll up like an hour, you'll see the TCC.
There's no way they're going to see that. Hold on, I'll post
it's
one.
on there.
See what?
The stream.
Oh, the TCC server.
Yeah, my little TCC button isn't working. But you guys, there's 40 people in here still, which is awesome. Thanks, Chris. Shout out Chris for the raid. If you're not part of the TCC Discord, go ahead and join this Discord. Blart just put it in the chat. Awesome people, smart people. They'll help you get through any Lufenia that you are struggling with, and just good people. We like to eat raw potatoes there, but that's a story for another time. Zoey already went. Blart, any closing thoughts for this week?
Yeah. Well, I don't. My early bedtime has been a little bit of a meme on this stream, and I can finally say that the reason for it is because my wife is pregnant, is expecting a child, and that's why I've been head to bed. So
a very understandable excuse. Let's be honest here.
Yes, Blart's been holding that back. We've given him a hard time for the bedtime, but now it's all understandable. First little Blart baby. We're so happy for you, Blart. We got the breaking news tonight on live stream. Thanks everybody for coming by. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. We'll be back Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll be drinking Gatorade so I can prove my medal.
We have shamed you into sober.
Oh,
This is a net positive.
You guys have no idea. Next week on the Boss Rush, I won't be responding to chat. You guys will be in my ear talking, and I'll just be like, just zoned in. Just absolute.
Hardcore gamer juice.
No misplays.
Okay, let's see it.
But join the TCC Discord. Zoey's going to be running some Lufenia shortly. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for a historic stream. We'll be back next Monday. Thank you, guys.